Stay sharp. We're going in. We've reached our destination. We've reached our destination.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about. Almadria. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Renna really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But but still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... Especially you, Alvin.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute.
Hmm?
That mask of yours, It was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Coming through! Take this! Bring him down! You're finished! Make it resonate with the earth! Dragon Swarm!
That makes you the thorn.
Engaging! You're finished! This one's all mine! Devastation! You picked the wrong fight! Can you take it?
Look sharp! Glacier! Here! Here!
I can carve through war!
Not on my watch!
You're mine!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me! Can't get out of this! Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Sword Lane Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I see one, eh? Sword Lane Alpha! Elusive deity! Hold that! Here I come!
You think that shield will save you?
Everlasting darkness.
Dragon Make it so! Be like it!
Far enough! Annihilation!
Take this!
Into the...
It's on! Dragonfly Shield! Eat! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Looks like we won.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
That's far enough! Take this! Lightning captivity! Devastation!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Devastation!
In a bind?
Constantine!
Can you take it?
Primed and ready! This one's mine!
I'll
Do
throw you
it!
in the dust! Dance on the wind!
Dragon
Here
Blade!
I call!
Armor won't save you!
Here's the bounce!
Stand back! I'll rip it up!
Sword Lane Alpha! It's on! Lightning Eater!
Make it rain! Ridwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Well then, let's keep moving.
choice. Be still.
Ready to go! Far enough!
Kick down their defenses. Sword Lane Alpha. We're not finished.
Now we're not time to die!
No further.
Fury!
Lightning strike.
Burning strike!
Glacial
Here's
Spear!
not my watch!
Totally. In an instant. Impact block. This one's all mine. Lightning meteor. Dragon form.
Tiger Blade!
We managed to pull through.
Get lost!
You're
This
mine.
one's mine!
I'll face you. Not today.
So much for talking it out!
Now you'll learn. Sword Lane Alpha. Dazzle. And devastation. Carve through armor.
This one's mine!
Dragon
Here's
form.
the laser!
Sword Lane Alpha.
Far enough! Back into the fray! Shot! Make it go!
Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Let's see what you've got.
No further. What the?
I can read your moves like a book! Flaming meteor!
You picked the wrong way. In an instant. Impact block. Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down! This one's mine!
Dragon
Fire
form.
blade!
Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Right, here goes. Got you now. I'll smash you. It's over.
By the power I'm ready!
This one's mine.
What's for the race? Where are you going?
You picked the wrong way. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon form.
Ready! Healing circle! Tiger blade!
Thanks.
Water!
Ground and power!
Sword Lane Alpha.
Hitting denied!
This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight.
Tiger Blade!
Sword Lane
Tiger
Alpha.
Blade!
I'll face you.
Anything in armor will go on!
Resonate with Dragon form.
Going in!
Stalagmite.
Igneous
Carve
Star!
through armor.
Correction!
No further. You're
Going
finished.
in!
Elusive deity. Dragon form. Rotating pile driver.
Lunar correction! Lunar blast!
Devastation. Dragon form.
Tiger Blade! Lion Cowl!
Healing circle!
Here we go! Ridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Gotta break through. Ignite.
Not in your dreams!
Sword Lane Alpha.
True gunslinger around here!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
This
Where are
one's
you
mine!
going?
Captivity.
This is it!
Shine.
Oh, Here! Let me help!
Regenerate!
I owe you one. Here I come! You're finished!
Far enough! Do
Allow me
it!
to help you.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity.
Try harder!
It's a duel of the arts!
This one's mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
You're up!
Take this! I can carve through armor.
Ready!
The enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
Do it! Don't believe!
All yours, Kisara.
Any injuries? What's with that shining book? I have a bad feeling about this.
Now you'll learn! Try harder!
If it's in the sky, it's
No!
I never miss!
Is it too late to talk over our differences? Regenerate! Don't suffer in silence.
Far enough! Do it!
Don't suffer in silence.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Benediction light.
On guard!
Take this!
Their arcs were interrupted!
Sword Ring Alpha!
This one's mine!
Shine!
Take this!
In here!
Regenerate! Resonate with the earth!
Burn!
Allow me to help you.
Sword Ring Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Take this! I can carve through armor!
Here!
You're mine!
My arms are being interrupted. From the wind. Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Here's a healing arc!
Resonate with the earth!
In here!
Another
Hear my
incantation
call!
ruined!
Not on my watch!
In a bind?
Here, let me help! Go in! Round and pound!
I'm not feeling so great.
Hear my call! Let me out! Here, let me help!
Sword Ring Alpha! I owe you one. Pissed off!
Elusive deity!
Hear my call!
Not today!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
I'll heal you all!
Flaming meteor!
Anything in order!
Time to let it rip!
Rotating pile driver!
Dragon Swarm!
Soaring blast!
Coming
I can
through!
only rely on
Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Now you see what I can do!
Take this!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Flaming meteor!
You're
No
mine!
more playing nice!
Dragon Swarm!
Ready and here!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Rising Wyvern!
Resuscitation!
Radiant light!
Here's a healing arc!
Go Demon Fang!
First aid! Here, let me help! That's my shield!
Dirt! Shut him down!
First aid!
Appreciate the help!
Water! Here's my call!
Glacial power!
In a bind?
Go!
How about this?
Not in your dreams!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Annihilation!
Elusive deity! Eagle ray! Dragon form! Ignite!
Here's a healing arm.
I don't have much left! Dragon form! Sword rain alpha!
Piercing roll! Now you've got
Radiant
ticked
light!
me off!
Force of regeneration!
Fine.
Guardian Floppy!
You'll
away
find
from
no
my
mercy. Out of the woods, it seems.
Dragon form!
Regenerate! Elusive deity! Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Outfit! In an instant! Impact block!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
This looks nice and tough.
This'll make us even more formidable.
These ones can run rings around us.
I can carve through walls!
I'm gone.
You're mine!
Here, do it!
Try harder!
Radiant here.
Dragon form!
You've been snaring to me.
Yeah, and the puzzle is to me.
With the earth! Stalactite! Sword rain alpha!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Take this! Elusive deity!
Switch to offense!
Hitting time!
Radiant
Take this! Dragon form!
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiment.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in...
Out of our way!
You're mine! Got you now! Elusive deity! Eagle ray! Dragon form!
This one's mine!
I'm going in! For my lord! It's over! Dragon form!
Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Shield's all mine! We're not finished! Easter!
Tiger Blade!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! This one's mine! Confiscated! Back into the fray! Who wants to die
Dragon
next?
form! Sword rain alpha! Dragon form! Sword rain alpha!
This one's
Hitting
mine!
pile driver!
Radiant Pierce!
Dragon form!
Another
Blade
blade
with the
I'm
earth!
all stuffed up!
Stalagmite!
Tiger Blade! Hear me! Flame
Dragon
of
form!
This one's mine!
Now you see what I can do!
Tiger Blade!
Be still! No further!
And again!
Burn in hell! Dragon Form! Heal! I owe you one!
Round and pearl!
Dragon Form!
Radiant!
I'll teach you to die!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Astral arts are coming along quite nicely.
Coming along? What do you want to do with them?
Oh, you know. Sprout flowers from the tip of my staff, suspended in midair.
So you want to be a street magician then?
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Courteous, aren't you?
Here I come! You're finished! Dragon Form!
Water!
Sword Lane
Here I
Alpha!
go! Ready! Crescent Sun! Here's Flame of Fury! Bronze and Red Team! Burning Strike! I never miss!
Devastation!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Shield and
Here's
You back!
Stand back!
I'll trip it up.
Going in!
I can carve through armor! This one's all mine!
Searing Bloom!
You picked the wrong fight! Bloody howling! Take this!
Lunar Corruption!
Sword
Glacial Fire!
Lane Alpha!
Power of Water!
Here I come! It's over!
Here's the Evo!
Bait. In a bind?
Freeze Laser!
All in order! Dragon Form! Sword Lane Alpha!
Crescent Moon!
Do
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Looks like we got them all.
sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
A barrier. That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Out of my way! Bring him down!
I won't show you any mercy!
Now you'll learn!
Not in your dreams!
Now you see what I can do!
Going in! Take this! Do it! Don't believe!
All yours, Kisara!
Lunar corruption!
Going in!
I'm practically unstoppable.
And thus our strength yet grows.
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
I see one, eh?
Take this!
Far enough!
They really don't give up, do they?
You got spirit!
Blind freak! Why can't they just sit
Can you take care of that?
We'll soon see about that!
Make it red!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Its armor's too strong!
Be my guest!
Negative 6!
Ready! Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
For my lord!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
The rebel! We're not finished!
Make it red!
All yours, Kisara.
Not a chance! Not scared! Sword Lane Alpha! Alpha! Dazzle! Devastation!
Eagle range!
Make it rain! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Flaming meteor! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
In a bind?
Dragon Swarm!
Ready and clear! I'll smash you! Music deity!
It's over!
Eagle range!
Piercing roll!
Sword Rain
Cast
Alpha!
on the wind!
Take that! Dragon Swarm!
I'll face you!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm out of it! Ready!
Rending your bloody heart!
Tiger Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Don't get complacent.
Let's dispose of the trash.
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Anything in order is all mine!
My shield burn! We're not finished!
Heal!
Phoenix Blade!
I'm ready!
This one's
Don't
mine!
leave! All yours, Kisara!
I'm all fucked up!
This one's mine.
You're finished!
Ground and pound!
Can't get out of this!
Crescent moon! Never up!
Here I come!
Flaming
Sword Rain
meteor!
Alpha!
Ringwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny...
He moved.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Coming through!
Here I come!
Ready and ready!
Healing ready!
You see things coming?
Corruption!
Alright, let me out!
Finish it!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Not
Yeah!
finished!
And Resonate with you! Alright,
Let me out!
I'm ready!
Take this!
All yours, Kisara!
Water, hear my
Sword Rain
call!
Alpha!
Dragon
Swarm!
Flame of fury!
It's over!
It's time!
Sword Rain
I'm
Alpha!
ready! Take! Blow them away!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Engage it!
This one's mine.
Succeed no further!
You're mine!
Dragon Swarm! You!
Hurricane strike!
Mission!
Sword Rain Alpha! Eat that!
Far enough! Make it red! Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I won't forgive you!
All mine!
You're finished!
I can carve through armor!
Let's shine! This one's mine!
Not in your dreams!
Time to shine!
Too fast!
Stand back.
Sword right
I'll pick it up.
Going in! Place on fire!
Easter!
Crescent moon! Lunar
You're
corruption!
mine!
Hurricane
You're
strike!
finished!
By the
I'm ready!
This one's mine! Everyone hanging in there?
That equipment should come in handy.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Got you now!
Where are you going?
Try harder!
It can hide itself?
Amazing!
Healing circle!
Their arcs were interrupted!
Does it!
No further!
Damn it!
Sword right now! I'll smash you!
Do it!
Can you take it?
Frozen!
Hammer!
I'll take you!
I can handle it!
Elusive deity!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Benediction light.
Appreciate the help!
Another incantation ruined.
Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
Tiger blade!
It's over!
Lunar corruption!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Hearts are being interrupted. I scream.
Take this! Dragon Swarm! Do it like that! Sword Rain Alpha!
Good shot!
Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Take this!
More
Then I'll burn out! You're mine!
Time to shine!
Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Swarm! Here I come!
Radiant
You're
light!
finished! Of regeneration!
Where are you going?
Regenerate! Take this! Thanks!
Lunar blast!
This isn't ideal.
You're finished! This one's all mine!
I can only rely on myself.
You made me... Come on!
Here goes!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
By the She-Hulk! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Take it! Go!
This one's mine!
Can't get out of...
Lunar corrupt.
This should do it!
Look sharp!
By the power of
Take
water.
this!
Going in. Hurricane strike. I'll end this with my own hands. Sighted.
Demon Fang!
It appears the end is now.
How about this?
This is some punishment.
You'll pay for that! Lightning thrust!
Hurricane strike.
This one's
Be
mine!
still!
Annihilation.
Sword rain out! Try harder! My turn!
Going in!
Finish! I can carve through armor!
Not in your dreams.
Look shot!
Sighted. I'm ready. Hurricane strike.
You're mine! It's over!
I can handle it! Denied!
Not today!
Spear. Hurricane strike.
This
Freeze
one's mine!
laser.
Going in!
Searing flame.
One more! No! Don't leave me all alone!
Downfall.
You made me angry! That was a bad idea.
Searing flame. Reload.
Flaming me! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov! This one's mine! Look
Lunar
sharp!
corruption. By the power of water.
Ha! Flaming meteor!
Showtime!
Arch field. What was I thinking? Glacial spear. Piercing. Both. Freeze laser.
Going in! Down! You're on!
No rest for the wicked.
Flame of fury. Burning strike. Glacial
further.
spear. Pierce evil. Freeze
An
laser.
outstanding effect!
I'll end this with my own hands. Help this. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation.
You!
Confiscated. Ready to go. Let the marksman handle this. It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitate. I'll heal you all. Ready to go. Mine.
No rest for the wicked.
Shot! Radiant
Glacial
arm!
spear.
I'll stop its charge!
Thank. Kisara.
Swallow blade! Demon Fang! Double Demon
Don't
Fang!
suffer in silence.
Hurricane
Death from the
strike.
wind! You're mine!
Going in.
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out.
I miss
I
all the
have
fun.
no limit!
No way.
Be still!
Into the fray.
Dragon Swarm!
Another.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
From
Bring up!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more. What could it be?